Hi everyone, I'm Charlene from So Dressmaking, and I am just back from the most amazing weekend with my sewing girls in Paris, and honestly cannot explain how much fun we had. Me and Jen have been speaking about this for years. She's always wanted to go to Paris, she hadn't been, and she wanted to do it as like a girls trip. Then Rebecca, my friend, mentioned to me that she really wanted to go, and then we included Susie in it as well. We got her convinced that she had to go as well, and it just honestly was so much fun. It was absolutely amazing, the best time ever. So I think within 2 hours of us arriving at the Airbnb, we flew out on Saturday morning, got to the Airbnb probably around 3:30, got changed. It was hot. I know we have a heat wave here at the minute, but it was basically the same, if not hotter, in Paris. It was insane. The heat was just but we were prepared for it. We knew we were going to that, and we kind of had picked our outfits and all accordingly, and we knew that we were going to be really warm, so we were kind of, I think when you're mentally prepared for it, it's maybe not just as bad. Looking back now, it doesn't seem like much of an issue. I feel like at the time we probably were complaining a wee bit, but it was fine. But yeah, within 2 hours of being there, we had bought fabrics, obviously, and had to do a run back to the apartment to drop some of them off. So yeah, it was amazing. It was so much fun. So we stayed in Montmartre, which, and literally in the middle of the fabric shops. So our Airbnb was so handy. It was like a 1-minute walk down our street and we hit our first fabric shop. So it was really, really great for that sort of thing. It meant as well, most of what we wanted to do was in that area, so we didn't have to go that far. It was a really, really great location, especially if you're going for a sewing trip, or if you have that in mind when you're going. Would definitely recommend staying in that area. So yeah, it was really, really handy. And then we were right beside, we walked out and we could see Sacré-Cœur. So in terms of more of the touristy things and food and drink and all that sort of stuff, it was really handy as well. There was nothing else we really needed outside of where we were staying, which was amazing. Handy for transport and everything too. We were maybe, I think it was a 15-20 minute walk to Gare du Nord, so that's obviously really handy as well for traveling to the airport and stuff. So yeah, it was a really, really great location. But yeah, as I say, right in the middle of all the fabric shops. So we have gone through, there is a video already with all our fabrics on it. So me, Susie, Jen and Rebecca, we've all shared our fabrics there, but that was recorded on the Monday night, and we did do a little bit more shopping on the Tuesday. So there's a few more bits I'm going to add in here, but I'll quickly run through everything. So I did get a few wee souvenir type things. So we were in Galeries Lafayette on the Champs-Elysees. We were trying to find the one that has, there's quite a few of them. We were trying to find the big dome. I think it was in one of the Emily in Paris, maybe one of the beauty, they were doing a beauty campaign, I think. One of them anyway. It's a very iconic department store. We couldn't find it. We walked in to where we thought it was, and there was a small dome, but it wasn't the big dome. And by that stage, I think we had been out in the heat for a while. This was on Sunday. It was so warm, we needed food, and then we wanted to head back. So we didn't get to see it, unfortunately. We couldn't find it. It looked like we were there, but we weren't. But I did get a few wee magnets, because I do have I can put them up here on my pegboard, and I love getting postcards as well, and these ones were just really fun. So I got this one as well as a magnet for the fridge, and then I thought these two were really cute as well. So I'm gonna have to find somewhere to put these up around here just to remind me of our little trip. So yeah, they were my touristy bits. Then so one of the I would say it's our second favorite fabric shop. I've kept the bags. So we have Marché Saint Pierre, and I can put all these addresses and stuff in the description if you want to as well. This one here had 4 floors, so every kind of fabric you can think of, really, all the sort of dressmaking fabrics, loads of cottons, linens, viscose, satins, leathers, faux leathers, tweeds, cotton, like all the upholstery fabrics. They had everything, literally everything. So definitely a good one to go to. And loads of coupons. So these two have already been on my TikTok and on the other YouTube video. So they're both cotton. This one is a shirting cotton, which is going to be for my dad to make him a shirt. These were all the coupons, are all 3-meter pieces. So if you haven't been fabric shopping in Paris, they do a lot of coupons. So it's not all like off the roller, off the bolt. They do 3-meter pieces, and they're all usually laid out. So there's loads like laid out sort of along the shops on streets and then inside as well, which does make it, I think 3 meters is a fairly like standard amount for most people, and it means you're not queuing up or anything for getting fabrics cut. It probably does seem like a good system. It worked. So yeah, probably don't need 3 meters of this one, but I will use it. It's quite a soft, like sort of smooth cotton, so I'll use it even for lining things, or I could make Charlie and Bodhi something in it as well, and then my dad could match his 2 grandsons, which would be very cute. And then I got this one for me. This was one of the things I was looking for, was like a fabric with this sort of like multi stripe on it, so like the different widths, different colors, and so I seen this one and I picked it up. It's probably not the colors I would go for, but I feel like I am going for a lot more blue and even a wee bit of red now. So then next up we had les coupons de Saint-Pierre, which was sort of across the street from the first one. All coupons here. They had no like fabric on the roll or bolt, so it's just all 3-meter pieces, and they had some like remnants and stuff too. So I picked up the first 2 cottons were €15 for 3 meters, which is an absolute bargain. These 2 were €5 for 3 meters, which is even better. This one, I hope you can see it on the camera, we all fell for it, and I think the sort of ivy khaki green background just appealed to me. Love the shimmer. I don't know, I think I have an idea of what I'm going to do with this, but for €5. And then this one here has the like Paris sort of landscape on it, Sacre-Cœur, and there's a few different things on it. So yeah, had to get that one. At least we think it's the Sacre-Cœur. Does look like it. I'm gonna double check that at some point, but yeah, loads of French things on it, and it was like €5 a meter. I do know what I'm gonna do with this. I think it's gonna be if I can get the length and the placement right, it's gonna be the Henrietta skirt. I think it's the Henrietta skirt by Spaghetti Western. Jen had hers with her and I tried it on and I did really like it, so I think I'm going to go for that, and then probably a top as well. And then I went back for this one on Tuesday morning. So this one is it says cotton, but I feel like it's a cotton and linen blend, but it's navy, and it has these wee like holiday hats and cars and cocktails on it. And every year I make a shirt for Charlie and Darren for going on holiday, so this is going to be their holiday shirt this year. And then this one was from Tissu Rien. So I don't think this was all like meter pieces, it was all like cut to what you wanted. Loads of selection in here. They actually had some Liberty at a pretty good price. It's the same price, so it was like just less than €28, so technically it works out less than what you were getting it here for £28. But my mum, it was her birthday last weekend, and she had asked me, I asked her what fabric she would like as a present, because it just made more sense to get her fabric from Paris because it's so much more special. And this one here, she wanted something to make like a Chanel style jacket, and there was loads of the like, I want to say not typical, but the sort of ones you would expect to see, like the creams and the pale blues and all the pastel colours and that sort of thing. There was loads of them, and there was a really nice pale blue one with like a rainbow through it, which I did nearly get. Then I seen this one, and it's so different to what I think you usually find, so that's what I went for in the end. So it's got like the royal blue and navy and this wee bit of like an orangey coral through it and the turquoise, and I think it's so lovely. It's a nice weight, it's not too heavy. And then on the last day we went to Dame Bouton, which is honestly the most amazing shop. It they've been going, I think it was 45 years he's been trading, and they have 40,000 different buttons. It was unbelievable. Unfortunately, he is retiring this year, which is so sad, but I got these ones here for my mum's jacket, and they came in the 2 different sizes. So these are glass, and they've got like a really nice sort of iridescent, I hope you can see them there. They're kind of iridescent, so I think it'll pick up like some of the other colours as well. I just thought they were lovely. And then there was loads that were like blue with silver or blue with gold, and I kind of wanted to stay away from that, because I feel like that sort of narrows you down with what you're going to wear it with. But, and I just love them. I thought they were really pretty. And then I got little, I mean, honestly, you could spend a fortune in that place. Here we go. So I got these little like mother of pearl ones. So I have my new trousers on, my stripy ones. I don't know if I've shared these here yet. I'll do hopefully a video with, I will be doing a video with everything that I wore in Paris, so keep an eye out for that. But I am making another pair of these in the burgundy and white stripe cotton I got from Rainbow, and I'm going to make a shirt to match, so I got these ones for the shirt. So yeah, it was amazing. If you're going to be in Paris like this year at any point, you have to go here. They're unreal, so lovely. And apart from croissants and food and lots of water and some drink, that was all I bought. But yeah, it was so much fun, the best time. We also, the one thing that I really wanted to do whenever we were booking the trip and deciding what we were doing was to go to the Dior exhibit at the House of Dior, and it did not disappoint at all. It was unbelievable. When we first went on and looked, it was actually showing as closed. I was devastated, and then I read and it was closed because they were refreshing all the exhibitions, all the garments on display. So obviously I hadn't been there before, but there's a lot from Jonathan Anderson there from his first couture collection, so I can only assume that they were sort of refreshing it all and updating it to bring in more of his stuff. And oh my goodness, it was amazing. So I did go to the Dior Designer of Dreams exhibit in the V&A when it was here a few years ago, and it was unreal, so good. But everything there was like behind glass. In the Dior, it wasn't. Now they have little sensors, you can't get that close, but to actually like be in the same sort of room and the same air and everything as those garments, it was just honestly unreal. It was so nice, and it was a very different experience to not have the sort of glass in front of you. I don't really know why that made a difference, but it just felt more intimate. So yeah, it was honestly so amazing. And obviously there was this staircase, and you could see the like atelier set up the way it would have been with Christian Dior, and it was just all so beautiful, so inspiring. It just was amazing, so good. I would definitely recommend. There was quite a few exhibitions that we could have went to, but we were only there for like 2 full days, so we did have quite a limited amount of time. But yeah, the Dior was just unreal, so good. Definitely would recommend going there. The inspiration and the staircases, and they had all the little miniatures and the toile room, and they bring in, so there was a girl, a milliner, who was there making hats, and she'd worked for them before, so they bring in someone different every week to like talk through like different parts of the craft and stuff, which was amazing too. So yeah, definitely recommend that. And then if you are there, then you're quite close to the Champs-Elysees, so you can do those whole sort of touristy areas. So we did Dior first, and then headed over to the Champs-Elysees, seen the Arc de Triomphe, and had lunch there, and then we headed back because on the Sunday there was the Fête de la Musique, which is on every year in Paris on the solstice, or around the solstice, so the longest night of the year, and unbelievable. So they close off like most of the streets. They have music everywhere. We were looking, they have like sort of larger venues doing different things, but then like every bar, more or less, or nearly every bar, has their own music, and there's DJs, there's bands, and it went on all night. It was so much fun. It was honestly, even with the heat, it was amazing. We stayed around Montmartre, and we also went down to the canal to the Latin Quarter. And all these places are quite close, like walking distance. And yeah, it was so much fun. It was brilliant. Definitely, if you're there sort of around that like mid to end June, it's definitely something worth checking out. And then we also did the Eiffel Tower, and we walked down then towards the Louvre. So Jen had never been to Paris before, so she really wanted to see the Eiffel Tower. So we went over there. Now it was closed because of the heat, and to be fair, we didn't want to go up anyway. But I can't imagine how much hotter it would have been at the top of the Eiffel Tower. Like, I'd say there would have been people passing out everywhere. The heat was insane. It was so warm, but because of that, everywhere was quite quiet because a lot of people were staying indoors. So it kind of was like, yeah, it had its pros and cons. But yeah, it was lovely. And then we had dinner around there too. We had a really lovely meal. We had quite a bit of pasta, which never really makes sense, I think, when you're in Paris, but there's pasta on every menu. And we found a really lovely Italian as well called, I want to say it's Zappi, which was across the street from the Yves Saint Laurent house. Then loads of croissants, loads of pastries. So nice to get proper French. There was a bakery close to our Airbnb, Urban Bakery, I think it was called, and so lovely. Like, you could see them making all the croissants fresh in the morning and all that sort of thing. So it was really nice in there too. And yeah, that was it. I think I will probably do, I was going to do one big video with everything, but I'll maybe split it because there's quite a lot. So I'm going to do another one with all the outfits that I wore when I was in Paris. So stay tuned for that. There are a few new makes in there. There's some I probably didn't get the best photos of them, so I will maybe get some photos first and then I can pop them in as I'm talking about them too. But yeah, it was yeah, so much fun. Absolutely so much fun. Really, really enjoyed it. And yeah, I can't wait to go back. I am going back next year with my family for my 40th, so I'm really excited for that. But yeah, that's it from me. I hope you're all staying cool this weekend. It is so warm, but I'm well used to it now. I feel like I'm acclimatizing to it. But yeah, that's it from me. I hope you're all having a lovely time and staying cool and hydrated in this heat, and I will chat to you all soon. Bye.